Drew, can you kind of put into perspective for us how big this win was, considering the adversity y'all had with the injuries and the crazy overnight situation with the COVID testing?
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot going on. Obviously coming off of 2 losses as well, where we didn't play our best football. We knew that we could play a lot better, we could execute a lot better. Coming up here, we lose some starters this week, in practice, and then we kind of had the whole COVID ordeal last night, or a false positive that unfortunately kept a lot of people up late and all that stuff. But man, I think it just says a lot about this team, a lot of all the guys that stepped up and filled those voids, filled those roles, and everybody just persevered and found a way to get a big win today.
Next one's from Luke Johnson.
Drew, just with Michael Thomas and Jared Cook out, I was just curious what your thoughts were on Manuel and Traquan today, especially Traquan. Like, he came up with some really big situations.
Yeah, listen, both those guys played outstanding, and really the entire cast. I mean, it takes everybody, and I think we knew that. I think the last 2 weeks, we have not had the level of execution. We haven't had the kind of the tempo and the rhythm that we know that we can have, and I felt like we had a good plan coming into this game. We got some different stuff from the Lions defense than we thought, but we were able to adjust. Man, guys played played great. We ran the ball extremely well. O-line did a great job. Latavius Murray ran his tail off, and felt like we were just constantly able to dent the defense, and then with some big plays in the passing game when we got the right matchups, and just all the way around, it was just great execution. A ton of guys did a great job.
Next one's from Sean Fazend.
Hey, Drew, I'm just curious, what did you see on the last third down connection to Traquan, kind of I guess that cross route on the third down in the final drive there?
I didn't see much. I was getting hit. I was on my back, but I felt like there was a place I could get the ball up and over the defender. They dropped a safety down to kind of rob the middle of the field, and felt Traquan, get past his guy and get over the top of that guy, and obviously that was a huge play. Sustain the drive, gave us another set of downs, and then we were able to close it out, with the next first down. But that's a huge play in the game. If you don't make that play, then you're punting the ball to them, and they've got a lot of time left.
Next one's from Nick Underhill.
Alvin referred to the game as poetry with the way you were playing and the way Sean was calling it. Did you feel like this was the closest to being where you guys want to be as an offense so far through the 4 games? Yeah.
Listen, I felt like it was good tempo. I felt like it was very balanced. I felt like we ran the ball very well, threw the ball well. We were great on third down, 10 of 14. Scored touchdowns in the red zone. So, I think that. I hate that we had 2 drives in the fourth quarter that put our defense back on the field too quickly. I felt like we had an opportunity to get some points there with our drive that extended into the fourth quarter. We ended up punting them down and pinning them down at the 2-yard line. But we really should have gotten points there. And then we had, I think, just a 3-and-out, that next drive, which, and then besides the tipped interception, which is just bad luck, on the first play of the game, or first drive. Other than that, I felt like, listen, it's hard to put together 5 consecutive scoring drives. We were able to do that today. And it was just great execution all the way around. I mean, you name it. We had big plays in the passing game. We ran the ball well. We had a screen or 2. But all in all, I think everybody they did their job, played really well.
Next one's from Amy Just.
Yeah, that's a perfect segue. How important was it for y'all to get on the right footing, especially after the first play didn't exactly go your way?
Well, again, I think it says a lot about our team. They go down the field, they get a touchdown on their first series, and then unfortunately we get the tip ball on the first play, and so they get the ball right back and so we're down 14-0, and it hadn't even been 5 minutes expired on the clock. So. I think for us just to remain very calm and poised, and then, again, offensively put together 5 consecutive drives with touchdowns, 35 points, and defense to play as well as they did. Going into that fourth quarter, it's now 35-14, and We knew we were going to have to close this team out. They're a finish strong type team. They got a great quarterback on the other side who's used to putting together those types of drives. So we knew we had to close it out.
Next one's from Rod Walker.
Hey, Drew, back in week 1, I think it was, you called your performance awful. How does it feel just personally? What does it mean you just sort of get back into your groove like you did today?
Yeah. Well, listen, we've set the bar high, high expectations. There's a reason we won more games over the last 3 years than any other team. It's because we practice, we prepare. We have a great process in how we prepare for games, and then how we plan to execute, and the level of expectation, and the speed at which we play, the variation with which we can win football games. This is obviously the closest to where I know we can be, thus far this season. We still have a lot of work to do, but I'm excited to get back to work on it.
We're all set. Thank you, Drew.
Thank you.